I'm not one to believe that living a life that you actually enjoy and that you actually envision for yourself and that you actually desire is devoid of physical security, right? So, in your physical vessel, it is required of you to have security on every level to actually experience a desired reality, a life that I myself find desirable. It is not devoid of physical security in a sense that you have shelter, in a sense that you have your needs met, right? I feel like most of us can agree with that, but many may actually opt out to think that the physical security is not necessary to actually live a life that you appreciate, a fulfilling life, or a life that feels whole. I also do not believe, or I am not of the mind, that you can live a desired experience, a desired life experience that is devoid of spiritual security. So that might look different for everybody, but truly what feels inwardly like spiritual security to myself, or what might feel like spiritual security for you inwardly, or devoid of what is mental security. You are secure in your own mind. So that might be not creating narratives within your mind that are defensive, that are there to protect you from some sort of externality that is truly being created from within, right? But of course, you must utilize your mind to protect yourself from externalities. There is a fine line. There is a distinction to be made between the externalities that are to be mindful of, the things that you have to protect yourself from actually, and the things that you're kind of just making up in your own mind that are thus being created externally, right? So there is a clear difference between those things. Mental security, physical security, spiritual security, energetic security. These are all requirements in order for you or for myself to actually experience a life that I feel is desirable, or that you feel is desirable. Now, this is for those who are resonating with what I'm saying. And often when you are actually taking yourself seriously, or we'll say honoring yourself, valuing yourself, knowing yourself, you are actually persistent, and you are insistent, and you are actively participating in all of these things so that you may have that desired security, so that you may experience this life in a way that feels good within you, that feels enjoyable, that feels whole, full. When you are constantly feeling physically insecure in all those ways that you could imagine, in all those ways that you have witnessed or perhaps have even experienced within yourself, your energy is being expended on those thoughts that arise from the physical insecurity, or from the physical manifestation around you that are arising from the physical insecurity, and so on and so forth, right? You can like create all different variations between these different forms of security: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, energetic. And as you experience a genuine desire and a genuine fulfillment of tending to yourself on all of these levels, you will find that there are cycles, there are seasons, there are chapters, pages in your life experience that may show you the opposite of what you are desiring or what you are aiming for, despite all of the efforts that you make. And I feel like I am truly wanting to make a distinction between this and what we are calling an inharmony or a difficulty that persists in your life. And to go along with that, the reasons why these difficulties and these inharmonies persist in your life. And it's one of two reasons. But before I get into that, and I highly recommend that you stay tapped in for that particular discussion. But before I tap into that, I would like to just first touch base upon the fact that when you are being persistent, when you are being responsible for your life and you are creating and you are being met with the opposite despite your efforts, and not only your efforts but the actual genuine feeling of goodness, of being proud of yourself, of believing in yourself, right? You feel good about yourself when you have a track record of doing all these things. And yet something might appear in your reality that is denying you what you are truly aiming for. This is natural. This is a part of the experience. This is why you cannot operate solely in the mind frame of positivity or solely in the mind frame of positive thinking throughout positive experiences. You have to actually be able to be in uncomfortable experiences. You have to actually be able to challenge yourself in all facets, not just physically, not just mentally, not just emotionally, not just spiritually, not just energetically, because these are just examples of what is one thing. These are just different variations wherein which we can express ourselves and communicate to one another. But in actuality, as a whole being, all of these things are just one thing. But for the sake of communication, for the sake of speaking, and in this case, speaking in the English language, perhaps in other languages, it will translate far more harmoniously as far as having this explanation or having this experience. When you are met with this disharmony, but inwardly you feel good, you feel positive, you feel like you're doing everything right, just know that it's okay, and all you need to do is continue to persist. Do not let up, because that moment you let up is the moment that you go backwards, is the moment that you succumb to a version of yourself that is still attached to a lack of fulfillment, a lack of the fulfillment of what you are aiming for. So you are actively letting go of this aspect of yourself that perhaps is attached, or whatever aspect of yourself that is revealing to you, that is being reflected to you as something that is a hindrance. But you have to make friends with your hindrances. You have to look at your obstacles and say thank you and appreciate them, especially when you feel good within, especially when you know you are doing everything right. Look at it and persist. Look at it and appreciate and say, hey, thank you, past version of myself. Thank you for the awareness of what this is, that last little thing that I need to let go of. So, speaking of letting go, I'm going to start tapping into what I spoke of earlier, which is the disharmony or the obstacles that persist in your life that are not allowing you to actually experience what you are aiming for. The difference is perhaps you might be feeling good, you might be feeling really negative, right? In that other case, you feel amazing, but this thing keeps showing up and it's like, man, every time I'm almost there, I get knocked down. But in this case, this is the awareness of something that is not happening for you, even though you're putting forth all your effort, and you continuously are met with a difficulty. You are continuously met with some sort of disharmony in that respect. So when it comes to this, it is one of two things, like I said. Number one, you are either refusing to let go of something that must be let go of for that thing to be achieved. You have to let go of something. The other, you are refusing to give what is required of you to have that experience. You are required to provide something, whether it is value for yourself or another. You are required to provide something that you are refusing to give. So, in this case, it is vital, it is essential for you to gain clarity as to what that is. And for me, clarity, what that means to me, might not mean what it means to you. You might think of clarity in a completely different way than I think of it. You might think of clarity in a completely different way than all of the beings that you are seeking guidance from, or that you are receiving guidance from naturally. Because that's the design. That is the beautiful design of the Creator. You ask, it is given. But you must ask faithfully. You must ask faithfully. You must know that all of these things are already done, that they have always been there, and you are simply opening and awakening yourself inwardly to the reality of what already is, which is your desire. In your desire, you have already achieved that which you desire. You have already attained that which you desire. You are simply opening and witnessing and being grateful, truly grateful, sensationally grateful. You feel it. Yeah? Okay, so as you are gaining this clarity, I want you to keep in mind what allows me to personally have this clarity, which is clarity in every respect. Emotional clarity, physical clarity, mental clarity, energetic clarity, spiritual clarity. What is it that you must provide in each and every respect that you are refusing to provide? What is it that you are refusing to let go of in each and every respect? Become clear on this, and it's one of two. You might be seeing a blend of both. I often see that because I'm a deep thinker, and I love these things. I love that aspect of my experience, of thinking in depth, of having this in-depth experience. It's natural. It's natural. This might be you. You very well may be a person like that has this really deep experience. That may be the reason why you are attracting this, or you are returning back to this. But just know that to be thorough in every respect, in every aspect of your life, and if we're going to compartmentalize it into these different categories, so be it. But you can go even more in depth if that serves you. You know yourself. No one knows you better than you know you. But just become aware, abundantly aware of what you are refusing to let go of, and what you are refusing to give out, or what you are refusing to provide. And make those shifts. Surely those difficulties, those inharmonies that you're experiencing in your life will start to naturally dissipate. It is not an overnight thing. It can be, but realistically, we all know that overnight is not a thing. It took many, many nights, many sleepless nights. It took many, many cries and moments with yourself of despair and suffering that nobody saw. So be graceful with yourself. Allow yourself to appreciate that. And as you move forward, you will see it start to dissipate. And that is deliberate, because you are consciously making that choice for yourself to gain clarity, become aware, release that which needs to be let go of, and provide what is being asked of you. It's really what you are asking of yourself. So in the mental plane, what are the thoughts that you have to let go of? What are the thoughts that you have to replace those old thoughts that you have let go of with?
Just make sure he's not getting too close to her, but she also needs her own.
In the physical plane, what is the physical actions that you're taking that you know without a doubt you must let go of it, but you are refusing? Why is that? What steps can you take to let go of those physical actions? What is going to inspire you to make you happy to let go of them, to be grateful to let go of them? to feel empowered every single day, to persist in letting go of those physical actions that you're taking, that you are being asked and you are required to let go of. What are the physical actions that you can put in to actually provide what is being asked of you, to give out what you are required to give out in order for you to achieve your chief aim, to achieve what it is that you are aspiring to do? Okay, I know that made sense for those who are truly resonating with what I'm saying, and just know that it is that simple. Overcomplicating your life is going to block your blessings. Overcomplicating all of these scenarios in this complex, this really beautiful life that we live. Look how incredible it is. The law of physics and nature, the laws of the universe being expressed in the physical realm. It's beautiful. We're here to have a beautiful experience. They're just playing out right before our eyes. This is a blessing. So allow yourself to simplify these things. Do not complicate something that can be simplified. There's already all of these complex experiences happening all around us when you start to look down at the physiological aspects of it, right? When you start to break down the anatomy of everything, you see, okay, this is actually pretty confusing. Feel it, experience it, and appreciate the simplicity of the complexities of this life. One of which, understanding. It is one of two things in this respect. Let it go, give it out. Breathe in, breathe out. So I really appreciate you guys for being present with me, for coming back. If you're new to this channel, it's interesting in here, it's fun in here. We're here to hold space for heavier emotions, understand certain things that perhaps aren't being talked about. And often it's what I don't say. It's often what is within your own heart that fills in the spaces. It's all about resonance. It's all about really feeling within yourself what is right for you. I only want to reach those who are truly aligned and with what I'm saying and also are resonating. Not to push people away, but to allow people to honor themselves truly. Honor yourself truly. So, because you're worth that. So, thank you, and we will be here again. I appreciate you guys very much.
And I just, wow. Amazing. Look at the butt. Okay, he's got a tail. It's like a little forest panther kitty cat thing. He's got a tail. That's all I gotta say. He's got a tail.